Hello, welcome to my third area, which is spirituality. I'm super excited about the topic and I have a lot of things to share about. So, I want to start with my definition, and I'd like to distinguish religion with spirituality first. So, for me, religion dictates what you ought to believe, and spirituality allows you to think and to decide for yourself. So, I encourage you to find your own truth, to get to know yourself by meditating, because we don't meditate to get good at meditation. We meditate to get good at life. And the science of meditation is growing more and more, and the benefits are actually cumulative. A great place to start is the 6-phase meditation, which is freely available on the internet, and is more of a guided experience. So, like Blaise Pascal said, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. So I really highly encourage you to meditate, because this is like how to get to know yourself. And for my definition of spirituality, for me spirituality is nature. And I have combined many concepts and theories, and if you would like to know more about a specific one, you can check out the resources or comment down below. And I'm gonna do this in layers. So let's take the concept of reincarnation and expand on that. So imagine you died. You died again. This is neither the first or the last time this has happened. And even though you forget your previous lives, you still evolve and learn from them. So, like, what reincarnation is. And let's consider the possibility that there is just one being that gets reincarnated over and over again. So there is no you or me. There's just this one thing in different reincarnation cycles. So we are all connected, and the entire human race actually is just one complex entity. And again, this is still my opinion and my truth. You obviously can believe whatever you'd like, but just stay with me here. So, but this would take, like, treat everyone else how you want to be treated to a whole nother level. And I assume this entity could be called a god, which would mean we, like you, me, your neighbors, your sister, your father, we are all parts of God. And only a true God makes gods of all others. So I really like this concept. And let's go to the next step, which would be not only all of humanity is connected, but everything is, which leads us to nature. And God is basically having multiple or all experiences through us and nature simultaneously. And obviously I cannot prove that, and never will be able to. The reason I share this is because I believe that every belief should be empowering. And this is the most powerful belief I can come up with while still making sense to me. And also the applications are astonishing. So let me give you an example through a thought experiment. Imagine the whole planet as one organism. This would mean the entire human race would be the equivalent of an organ in said organism. And this organ consists of tissue, which in our example would be the different nations, and those consist of many cells, individual humans in this case, which again consist of more microorganisms like bacteria, but this is going too deep for now. So this organ is not just any organ, but the one that changed the most in the last 10,000 years, and also changed the entire organism in the last 100 years, and not necessarily to the better. This would mean, though, that our world and the condition it is in is a direct reflection for our total and combined consciousness of everyone living here. And considering climate change and deforestation and desertification, which is mainly caused by humans, the human race would be considered an organ which is destroying its host. The problem with that is that when the organism dies, the organ cannot survive either. So this is a really bad deal. So what can we do about that? Luckily, we are not literally mindless cells or organs. We are individual human beings that can choose what we ought to do. And we can choose to be constructive or destructive. We have a choice in that. And if more individuals would decide to be living and working in an organ that is preserving the organism, things would change rapidly for the better. Like, really quickly. What I'm saying is that you should not be a cancerous cell, or even worse, a destructive virus. To say it in the words of Vishen Lakhiani, you don't have to save the world, just don't make it the worst place for the next generation. And let's assume you want to be more than just a bystander, and you want to make an impact, and you want your life to matter. So, in short, you want to have some meaning in your life. In order for the organ to be healthy, we have to be healthy ourselves. And the healthier we live, the healthier the organism becomes. So, maybe we can even be a healthy virus, a healing cell in this organ. A cell that not only heals the organ, but also heals the whole organism, the whole earth. And this is my life's purpose. And from the book Conversations with God, it is said, life has no purpose, save the one you give it. And if you can choose your purpose, why not choose the improvement of this organism, or like the improvement of Earth, or the well-being of Earth? So if you want to try that, I encourage you to pick a problem you want to fix, and there are really no shortages of problems here. And the problem that frustrates you the most, that you complain about the most, is probably a good way to start. And next, you think about the things that interest you, the things you're good at, and as a third step, you combine those. So you can solve the problem you selected with unique skills and abilities, and together you just can solve this problem. And remember, it is usually better to replace a broken stone instead of rebuilding the whole house. And I believe happiness comes from following your purpose and a balanced life. And the cool thing about that is what Shawn Achor said in his book, The Happiness Advantage. Which is, it turns out that our brains are literally hardwired to perform at their best, not when they're in a negative or neutral, but when they're positive. This means the probability of you solving the problem rises with your happiness during the process, which gives your life meaning. You don't have to choose one problem or purpose, but you can have many. So, one of my purposes is to improve the education system. This is obviously no easy task, and I most definitely need some help in that. So if you're interested and would like to contribute something like small or even big, I invite you to my live stream on September the 24th. There, I talk about why I intend to improve the education system and how you could help me if you choose to accept. I hope I will see you then, and stay tuned for the next video.